Hey friend, Sean from Draft Therapy here, and on today's review for you, its reputation preceded itself. Notorious is an 8.7% double dry hopped, double rice IPA from Motor City Brewing Works in Detroit, Michigan. I'm most familiar with Motor City Brewing Works from Ghettoblaster, which is a dark, mild ale. So when I picked up Barrel Runner from Founders last week, I made a stop at 8 Degrees Plato in Detroit too. Just looking for new stuff. I saw Notorious on the shelf and it had a really cool label. I figured I'd give it a shot. You know, why not? Notorious is a double dry hopped rice IPA, which I've had a few rice IPAs. I've not been much of a fan, at least that I can say so far. But I'm going to give this one a fair shake regardless. I mean, why wouldn't I? So let's take a look at the label here. It's, like I said, it caught my eye. It's like a pair of 3D glasses and a pair of Wayfair Ray-Bans. And it says Notorious across behind the glasses and has the Motor City Brewing Works label. I noticed if you look at this, the little wheels that is the Motor City Brewing Works logo. If you look at it through the blue part and the red part, they're like not doubled up, but if not, it looks like 3D, so it's supposed to be like 3D glasses. On the front here, it just has their website, motorcitybeer.com, and it says Motor City Brewing Works Notorious Double Dry Hopped Double Rice India Pale Ale, 16 fluid ounces, alcohol 8.7% by volume, keep refrigerated, and then it has the government warning. It's a really striking label. I mean, it's really very minimal, very plain, but again, you know, if you've watched any of my reviews, I say it all the time. I sound like a broken record. I love minimal design. I love minimal labels. It's cool because it's a silver can and the label, I can't tell if the label's actually transparent or if I'm not going to, well, I could sit here and pick it off, but I'm not sure if the label's transparent or if it actually matches the color of the can, if it's also a silver label. I'll find out later, but let's not do it on this video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab my Draft Therapy logo branded Tiku glass. If you'd like a Tiku glass customized your very own, I have a link down below this video. It's an Amazon link. It's a little bit steep. It's about 35 bucks, but you can get your own logo. If you want a Draft Therapy one, I'm sure we could set something up. You'd be paying for it, but we can set it up. So let's go ahead and crack this open, and we'll give it the old what for. So popping this, gonna smell it. Has kind of a sweet aroma coming out of the top here. A little bit of dankness, not a whole lot, but a little bit. But it's got a sweet kind of scent to it. So let's go ahead and pour it. It's coming out a little bit of a different color than I'm expecting it to be. It's a little darker. It's got kind of a, I don't know, a dark yellow, brownish kind of color. I'm not getting a whole lot of head, but that's because I'm pouring it very carefully and very slowly. There's a lot of carbonation coming up from the glass. This is a clean glass. I just washed it before this video. So yeah, that's a really odd color. It's like a brownish, kind of orangish, definitely more on the brownish end. Just set it down there. I'll get a little bit of a close-up. You can kind of get a better look at the color. But yeah, it's kind of like a brownish, orangish, but like I said, a lot more on the brown side. I don't know if I've seen a beer this brown before. It's hard to tell. You know, this is the heat wave of summer, so I'm not really sure if this is... It looks like it's somewhat hazy, a little cloudy. Actually, looking at this, it looks very cloudy. It's definitely not transparent. Let's get a better nose on it. Yeah, I'm picking up this kind of sweetness in the back end and kind of really... Forefront, it's really sweet. There's something else going on, though, that I'm not really able to pick up on, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a taste anyways, so cheers. Wow, a lot of sweet malts in there. The bitterness it's not really there at all. It's not very carbonated. The mouthfeel... Mouthfeel's kind of medium, but I'm getting a lot of maltiness in there, like a nice amount of malt sweetness, which I really like. You know, I love malty, sweet kind of IPAs that have that sweet maltiness in there, and this definitely has that kind of malt sweetness in there as well. 8.7%, I'm not picking up on that. Yeah, getting that malt sweetness up front. That's really all I'm picking up. The bitterness kind of hits as it hits the crest of your tongue and goes down. That's when you're picking up that bitterness, and maybe the little boozy. It's not boozy. I'm not really picking up on the alcohol, but perhaps that's what I'm also getting with that bite, that little bit of bitterness in the tail end. It's got like a citrus kind of bitterness. Maybe a little bit of an earthy bitterness to it as well. .7%, very dangerous, very deceiving. I'm not picking up on 8.7%. Let's pour a little bit more. I said the mouthfeel, it doesn't taste very carbonated, but I can still see some bubbles rising up in here. I'm going to pour a little bit more into this glass. Yeah, like I said, it's just got this really odd color to it, but I like it. Let's see if there's a brewed on date. There is not. I know that they bottled this earlier in the year. I don't know when they started canning it. I'm not seeing any kind of indication on a date at all. But yeah, it's like I said, it's not, I didn't get a big head on it that, you know, as you saw when I poured it. There's a tiny bit of a head kind of hanging on, but there's not a whole lot there. Yeah, like I said before, I haven't really been too impressed with rice IPAs, but this one I actually really, really like. It's definitely not an ordinary IPA taste. It's definitely different. Definitely a little out there, but I do really like the maltiness. I like the smoothness. I like the cleanness of the taste. There's not a whole lot muddying it up. It's just kind of that malty sweetness, a little bit of bitterness on the tail end. And like I said, I'm guessing that goes because of that 8.7% that it's kind of just sitting in there. But I really like it, and I'd like to see more from. I'd like to see better distribution of this because I've seen it a few places, but I haven't seen it really make its way very far outside of Detroit. I don't know how easy it is to get Ghettoblaster or other beers from Motor City Brewing Works. I know that you can get it like at Comerica Park for a Tigers game. That's one in their Michigan craft beer like kind of booth or whatever they want to call it there. But outside of that, I don't see it get distributed really well. I'll see it kind of spurt up here and there, but I'd love to see this distributed more, and I really would endorse this beer. If you want to get an IPA that's a little bit outside of the norm, if you like malty sweetness in your IPAs, and this is a double IPA, so this is definitely one that I could recommend. That has been Notorious from Motor City Brewing Works, one of the oldest craft breweries in Detroit. If you're going down there, be sure to try the pizza. It's amazing. So have you had Notorious or other Motor City Brewing Works beers that you like? Let me know in the comments down below. And while you're down there, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want to see more Michigan beer content like this. I'm reviewing Michigan beer twice a week, so subscribe so you don't miss it. You can also find links to my social media, some merch, the gear that I use, and a link to my blog at drafttherapy.com in the description below this video. So until next time, I'm Sean from Draft Therapy, reminding you, drink craft beer, support your local breweries, and don't forget to treat yourself to a little draft therapy. Thanks for watching. Cheers.